भारत प्लस टीवी नई दिल्ली 24 अप्रैल 2025। विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठन ने हाल ही में एक महत्वपूर्ण अध्ययन का प्रकाश डालते हुए बताया कि 2019 में भारत उन देशों में शामिल था जहां 2014 की तुलना में कम से कम 3 लाख जिंदगियां बचाई गई, बेहतर स्वच्छता और स्वच्छ जल की पहुंच के चलते। फिर भी भारत की 4.5 अरब जनसंख्या में से आधे से अधिक को सुरक्षित पेयजल उपलब्ध नहीं है। इसके अलावा 40% भारतीय अभी भी खुले में शौच करते हैं, जिससे स्वास्थ्य सेवाओं और स्वच्छता स्वास्थ्य से जुड़ी जन की समस्याएं बढ़ रही है। यह स्थिति जल संकट को और गहरा बना रही है।
देखिए, दिल्ली में आपका जो पानी है वो 200 किलोमीटर दूर से आता है, क्योंकि दिल्ली की जो यमुना, हम जो दिल्ली में जो वेस्ट वाटर है, जो हम पानी जो वापरते हैं, वो पानी हम ट्रीट नहीं करते। 65% पानी दिल्ली में ट्रीट नहीं होता, और वही गंदा पानी हमारे अच्छे पानी में जाके अच्छे पानी को भी ख़राब करता है। इसलिए अगर आप ट्रांस यमुना नोएडा जाते हो, यमुना देखते हो, तो वहाँ पर यमुना पूरी काली हो गई है। अब आप ये सिंगापुर से आए हैं, सिंगापुर प्लम्बिंग सोसाइटी के प्रेसिडेंट हैं, जहाँ हर यूज्ड पानी, ग्रे या ब्लैक वाटर, हर पानी ट्रीट होता है और रीयूज़ होता है। अभी इंडस्ट्री को देते हैं, पहले पीने के लिए भी देते थे, लेकिन पीने के लिए क्या है कि वही पानी हम पूजा के लिए वापरेंगे या वही पानी कोई रिलीजियस सेरेमनी के लिए वापरेंगे तो वो अच्छा नहीं लगता, इसलिए वो इंडस्ट्री को दे रहे हैं। इंडस्ट्री आज 15 से 20% पानी यूज़ करती है, 70% पानी एग्रीकल्चर के लिए जाता है। इसलिए अगर पानी की शॉर्टेज हो, हमारी देश में 18% पूरी दुनिया की आबादी है, लेकिन सिर्फ 4% फ्रेश वाटर है, तो ऑलरेडी हमारे पास प्रॉब्लम है ये। और अगर हम अपने अच्छे पानी को भी गंदा करते जाएंगे, वो पानी फिर यूज़ के लिए नहीं रहेगा। इसलिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये एग्जीबिशन शोकेस कर रहा है टेक्नोलॉजीज़ के कैसे हम पहले अपने नल में, अपने शावर में, अपने फ्लश में, अपने यूरिनल में कैसे हम पानी बचा सकते हैं। एरेटर्स डाल के 50% पानी हम वहाँ सेव कर सकते हैं। अगर मैं 50% पानी सेव करूँगा तो मेरा 50% गंदा पानी भी कम बनेगा, मेरे को ट्रीटमेंट भी कम करनी पड़ेगी। कैसे हम जन संचय जल भागीदारी, जो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया जल शक्ति मिनिस्ट्री की स्कीम है, जहाँ पर हम अपना ग्राउंड वाटर को रिचार्ज करें, रिचार्ज पिट्स बनाने के बाद, तो कैसे आज ये 1 मिलियन पिट बन गए हैं जल शक्ति मिनिस्ट्री के नीचे, नेशनल वाटर मिशन के नीचे। तो ये प्रोग्राम चल रहा है इंडिया में, और कैसे हम अपना ग्राउंड वाटर को रिचार्ज करें। ज़रूरी नहीं है कि स्टोर करना है रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग, क्योंकि 70% हमारा पानी ग्राउंड वाटर से आता है। इसलिए अगर हम वो ग्राउंड वाटर को रिचार्ज करें, हम आगे के लिए, हमारी आगे की पीढ़ियों के लिए हम पानी बचा सकते हैं। और तीसरी चीज़, कैसे हम पानी को ट्रीट करें। ट्रीटमेंट के अलग अलग मेथड्स है, यूवी, अल्ट्रावायलेट है, सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट है, तो कैसे हम ये आरओ है, रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस, तो कैसे हम पानी को ट्रीट करके उसको रीयूज़ करें अपने अप्रोप्रिएट यूज़ के लिए। आज ऐसे बहुत से बिल्डर हैं जो पानी को ट्रीट करके फ्लशिंग के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, पीने के लिए नहीं करते, लेकिन कुछ ना कुछ तो हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं उसको, हम हमारा फ्रेश वाटर तो बचा सकते हैं। तो ये एग्जीबिशन में यही सब टेक्नोलॉजीज़ बताई गई है। यहाँ पर बहुत से स्टार्टअप को भी हमने बहुत सस्ते में स्टॉल दिया है, 50% में स्टॉल दिया है कि वो अपने प्रोडक्ट को डिस्प्ले करें, क्योंकि इंडिया में स्टार्टअप सिस्टम बहुत बड़ा हो गया है और बहुत से स्टार्टअप हैं पानी के सेक्टर में, सैनिटेशन के सेक्टर में। तो we have Ashirvad, we have Astral, we have Prince Pipes, we have Velo Pumps, we have a lot of water treatment companies like Daiki Access. So the entire supply chain of water, from the water, we have SHARE, we have a lot of tap manufacturers. So from the supply chain of water to rainwater harvesting to the treatment of water, we have the entire supply chain of the water industry here at the exhibition.
Sir, when we talk about innovation in technology, how do innovation like smart water networks addresses affordability challenges for low-income communities?
Sir, let me tell you, I'm also part of the Indian Green Building Council, which is part of CII, where we have a lot of buildings which are net zero water. What I mean by net zero water is that the entire water used in that premise is treated and reused for its applicable use. So I am not only saving water, because water is linked to energy, what we call water G. The more water, as I told you in my speech today also, water comes in Delhi also from 200 kilometers away. What is the real cost of water? So water, you use pumps for pumping water in your premises. So water is linked to energy. You save water, you'll save money. And therefore it is not more expensive to make a net zero building today. If you look at a green building, in the Indian Green Building Council, if you make a commercial building, it is 3 to 4% cheaper to make than a normal building. So if I have two buildings here, one is IGBC certified, commercial I'm talking about, it will be cheaper by 3 to 5% to construct. As far as a residential building is concerned, it costs 3 to 5% more. But the fact is that a residential building, if I am able to save 50% of my power cost, if I am able to save 50% of my water consumption, I am able to recycle my 50% waste, I am producing money, I am saving money. So my ROI, return on investment, is not less than 6 months. So it makes business sense to go green, it makes business sense to save water.
सर मार्केट में क्या परिवर्तन लाएगा इसका?
हाँ जी,
मार्केट में क्या परिवर्तन लाएगा?
मार्केट में बहुत बड़ा परिवर्तन ये लाएगा कि पहले तो आपको आपकी पानी की कंजम्पशन ही नहीं पता। आप मैडम समझते हो आप लता मंगेशकर हो और आप समझते हो आप मोहम्मद रफ़ी हो कि आप शावर के नीचे भी गाते हो। गाते हो?
गाती हूँ।
बंद कर दो गाना। अगर आपके पास गट्स हैं तो बाहर आ जाओ, बिस्तर पे खड़े होके गाओ। Don't think you're Michael Jackson or Beyonce and you sing under your shower, because there goes away 150 liters. Second thing, I find a lot of friends, they use the WC, the potty, as an ashtray. I find girls throwing hair there and flushing and flushing and flushing. Where will the water come from? So we have to be very careful that when the tap is on, when we are brushing, we are soaping, we are shaving, or even talking on a cell phone or WhatsApping, the tap is on and there goes your water. So we have to...
Swimming pool code, uniform swimming pool.
This is the only swimming pool code in Asia. A lot of accidents take place in the swimming pool, and therefore this code is based on the fact that we treat all the water, reuse it for the swimming pool, and at the same, so we save water, at the same time we prevent accidents in the swimming pool.
How it emphasizes on water efficiency?
Well, water efficiency is such that all the water from the swimming pool goes back to a treatment plant, it gets treated there and gets reused. So there is complete reuse of swimming pool water. Of course, there are evaporation losses which take place, which I cannot prevent. Obviously, I'm not going to cover unless it's an indoor swimming pool. But the fact is that this code will show you how to design a swimming pool correctly so that it uses apt quantity of water, at the same time prevents disease, because water can communicate 70% waterborne diseases, as I told you in my speech, and at the same time we are able to make sure that it is accident free.
So in the U.S. we do have water efficiency codes. The Uniform Plumbing Code, which IAPMO writes. We have a code called We Stand. It's a water efficiency code. And in India, we have a code called WEPI. It's a standard, the WEPI code, and that is for toilet water efficiency and for tap water efficiency. So we built our lab in Bengaluru. We have just inaugurated the water efficiency portion of that lab just this week, and this will allow urban areas, rural areas to use products that save water. They don't waste as much water. So it's extremely important wherever you live, rural or in urban areas, to use WEPI certified products. Our lab can do testing, other labs can do testing, and hopefully the Indian government will want to adopt more plumbing codes, building codes. We write codes here for the Indian market, and we're always happy to work with BIS so we can adopt those as national standards in India as well.
Sir, India's plumbing sector is often perceived as a developing sector. I can say unorganized, but what would it take for India to build a world-class plumbing workforce like the US?
So to develop a world-class plumbing workforce, organizations like IPA are already starting that effort. What you need is the industry, the government to understand that plumbers need to be professionals. They need training, they need certification, they need education. Everyone just can't be a plumber with a few weeks training. You need a lot of training to do things properly. You need to understand the building codes, the plumbing codes. You need to understand quality products, safe products, certified products. So what you need is the government to mandate some professional certification requirements for people and for products.
Beyond this event, what concrete steps is US taking to foster sustained knowledge exchange with India?
So we do a lot of knowledge exchanges with India. We have a plumbing education program called PEEP. We work with the IPA. They have their education program called the IPPL. We work with the government agencies, the U.S. Embassy, the Indian Embassy, our government relations team in Washington, D.C. often coordinates with folks in India so that we can exchange knowledge. And obviously the manufacturers, they are always global, so we have a lot of knowledge exchange with the manufacturers as well.
No, I think this is amazing that we have all the different technology providers present here today to all work together to make infrastructure in water much more sustainable. And I really hope that you will all come to the Danish stall tomorrow at 12:30, where we launch an innovative new energy-efficient pump from Grundfos, which will be able to save even more water and energy.
The ambassador will be there to launch that.
The ambassador will be there as well. So tomorrow at 12:30 at our country stand right down there.
Sir, as a long-term collaboration beyond this event, what concrete steps is Denmark taking to foster sustained knowledge exchange with India?
We do many things. So first of all, we have the second largest city of Aarhus. City in Denmark is Aarhus. They have a strategic sector cooperation with the state of Rajasthan, where we are bringing delegation of experts to Rajasthan, and we are bringing all the municipality people from state people from Rajasthan to Denmark for training. Yeah, but he was asking the question. Huh?
It's not an issue.
The whole press is there.
Okay, so that is a way where we work together for the specific challenges. So no challenge can be copied one-to-one, so that is why we need cooperation, because as you mentioned, evaporation, that is very different in India than it is in Denmark. Another thing we are working on, we are working closely with the Niti Ayong, with the Atoll mission, where we every year launch a water challenge which enable Indian startups to come to Denmark and develop their business plan, and that way we are then bringing in new innovative technologies into the world. Another thing we're working on, we're working closely with the Jal Shakti, Ministry of Jal Shakti, along with the Danish Environmental Protection Agency, where we're working on groundwater mapping. So in Denmark we have 24/7 drink from tap water. And even when we have that, we only use half the water per capita than India does. So we are bringing these technologies that we developed through the last 40 years to India, modifying them to an Indian context, and then rolling it out and helping India to meet the challenges of urban water management.
Sir, could you share some measurable impacts of such technology in reducing urban water losses?
Yes. So one of the things, as I mentioned before, we have 24/7 drink from tap pressure water. Now we have between 3 and 8% non-revenue water loss in our system. In India, we have more than 50% if we even know how much we have. So we are, of course, also working in bringing pressurized solution. If you don't have pressure on the pipe, if you only use elevation pipes, you will not be able to detect leakages. If you can't detect leakages, you can't control the loss of water. So these are some of the things we're working on. We're also looking into using radar, SkyTim radars, to basically ground penetrating radar to map water resources in India. And finding out what are the saltwater intrusions, where are there water that will be available, how do we use that? So in many, many ways we are engaging on water with India, and we are hoping to be seen as a premium partner of India for water.